Hey On The Clock fans, you're listening to another episode with your hosts Raul Lascano and George Martinez as they square off and tackle all of today's hot topics in sports news, trends, current issues happening locally and nationally, as well as highlighting some of our local student athletes across the Sunshine State. Now, welcome your hosts, Raul Lascano and George Martinez. You're on the clock.
What's going on the clock fans? How you doing on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, December the 2nd? We got a great show for you. Very, very special show. I can't believe we have him on the show, George. We have the Kevin Knox from the New York Knicks on the very show, on this podcast. We got lots to talk to you about the NFL. We got a lot to talk to you about what's going around the world. We definitely have to talk about if Nate Robinson is still laying on the canvas from Saturday night's fight with Jake Paul. Definitely want to recap Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr., which we hope Roy Jones Jr. can pee today, and hopefully it's yellow and not red because of all the body shots. And we're going to recap Thanksgiving, man, see how everything was, man. Don't go anywhere. Stay locked in. You're on the clock. George Martinez, what's going up? My right-hand man joining me on the Clock Radio, man. What's going on, boss? How was Thanksgiving, man?
Thanksgiving was eventful.
Was it?
It was. So every year we go to my in-laws, Michelle's parents' house, and her brother brings the kids over. Our kids are there. The whole family's there. And it's a full day. But every Thanksgiving, I get the pleasure of watching the Cowboys play on Thursday night football
With the family.
And again, I've mentioned this before on other podcasts. They are all of them, wives, right. All of them, huge Cowboy fans. I'm a Cowboy supporter whenever the Bucs aren't playing.
So what's like your role as a Cowboy supporter? Like, what do you just, yay, let's go.
I'm the Tony Romo.
Oh.
I give analysis.
Got it.
I give analysis. I give what they're thinking.
You pretend like everything's freaking amazing. They do everything beautiful. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And watching the Cowboys just get destroyed,
bro, self-destructed
was bad,
bro. I feel bad. You know what I feel bad for? I feel bad for Jerry Jones. I do, and I'm gonna tell you why. Any day now, that guy's gonna have an aneurysm because of these guys.
Either that or heart attack.
Any fucking day now, he's gonna have a stroke because these guys can't get their shit together. It's ridiculous.
Bad.
Oh, it's horrible.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was actually pretty good. I did something I usually don't do, that I never really do, and you know this. I drank.
I saw your live video.
Oh, did you?
I did.
What'd you think?
I thought you were. I knew you were having a blast.
Yeah, I was feeling good. We went to our friend's house. We go every year for Thanksgiving, and not to make a long story, I'm trying to make a long story short here. Basically, this person that he invited, him and his wife, they apparently worked at Wet Willie's down on Channelside. So when I tell you they made the most beautiful, tasteful smoothies I've ever had in my life, it was like, yo, this is really good. Like, what? This is banana? Like, there's no way. This is mango. Little did I know that it was freaking probably 90% proof alcohol.
Oh yeah.
And I put 4 away quickly. I'm talking about I had 2.
Hey, it tastes so good,
bro. They went. It wasn't like it was a huge cup. I mean, well, okay, it was a red cup. It was a solo cup, red cup. But bro, it was quickly 2.5 cups down before I even had turkey. Before I even ate food, and I starved myself the whole day. I starved myself the whole day because I was like, yo, it's turkey day. Like I ate like a light breakfast. That was it. And then boom, 2.5 cups I'm in.
See, so that's why I don't drink the fruity drinks. The wife does it. I usually just stick to beer,
smart.
Or shots,
because
I can taste it.
Yeah.
If I just went and had fruity drinks, you'd find me passed out at a bar somewhere.
Yeah. It hit me hard, bro.
You don't know when it hits you. And when it hits you, it all hits you at once. But it sounds like you had a good time, man. I'm glad you had a good time. Spent some time with the family, some friends.
Yep.
That was That's good, man. That's good. I'm glad.
It was a little sketchy too. You ever been to? You go to family, so you're good. But if when you go to friends' houses, it's a little sketchy because you don't know who brought what.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have initials on the platters, so I didn't know who brought this mac and cheese because this looks dry as shit. I'm not eating this. Who brought this? Did you bake this sweet potato pie? Because nothing sweet looks about that pie. Like you want to, you know what I'm saying? I had to stick to but it was all great food, all jerk chicken. I mean, I've had jerk chicken and jerk pork, and it was freaking amazing, man. It was a great Thanksgiving, bro. It was really good. It wasn't so good. It was a good Thanksgiving, I believe, for Nate Robinson on Thanksgiving Day, and then not so much on Saturday.
No, it went downhill.
Did you see the whole thing?
So I didn't see the whole thing. I watched a couple clips here and there. I watched the major events that occurred for Nate Robinson.
Bro, listen to me, man. First of all, the whole event, the whole thing, from the start to the finish, I kind of like what Tyson's trying to do with this Legends reboot, Legends trying to fight or fill out whatever. I want to see I don't know if you remember what MTV used to have. You remember how MTV used to have like Rock and Jock?
Yeah.
I would love to see some Rock and Jock type shit again. You know what I mean? I want to see these guys play softball, flag football, things like that, or like the old Pro Bowl where they used to compete, fastest man. I don't have a problem with that. So the whole thing overall was nice. I have no idea what Nate Robinson, he knew about this fight for 6 months. There's no way this guy just did not learn defense. Like nobody decided to teach him, put your fucking gloves up. You know what I mean? Like, bro, at one point when he got knocked down the second time, he abandoned all boxing gestures or mannerisms and went straight to Street Fighter mode. Elbows up, knuckled up, like, yo, what you want to do, homie? And I'm just like, oh boy, this is not good. And as soon as I saw him come out and that dude hit him with the overhand right, Nate Robinson was knocked out before he hit the canvas, bro.
So Nate Robinson, you know, there's that old Kevin Hart joke when he, he's about to fight somebody, he tells him, you want to go night-night? Yes. So that term has now been redefined.
Oh my God.
And now it's, do you want to go Nate?
Oh,
not night, Nate. Okay.
I love it.
I love it. Went to sleep.
Oh,
before
bro.
So imagine, because again, this guy has created so many memes. He has now replaced Jordan, the crying Jordan that is still used today.
The funniest one I saw was him laying next to Manny Pacquiao. That shit was hilarious.
Well, so, there's that one. There's the fact that he was wearing Knicks colors.
Oh,
and it's like, come on, now you're bringing disgrace to the New York Knicks.
Right.
We got Kevin Knox on the show later. You know what I mean? He's wearing those. Like, as he's going down, people that listen to TikToks and stuff, I've seen the video a couple of times now. You know that song that says, "Oh no,
oh no,
oh no, yeah,
oh so no,
no." It's going down. What is he thinking? I mean, he's not thinking a whole lot because he's knocked out, but he went to sleep. There was for a second there during that situation, I was concerned.
I was too.
He looked like he was unconscious,
especially when they're not professionals and they get hit like that. You're like, bro, you're not. I mean, I guess no boxer's really trained to get knocked out, but like at least, bro, he didn't know how to fall. That he was knocked out in the air, bro, hands down, just looking all crazy and silly, man. Like, bro, that's not a good look. It's not a good look. Yeah, he went Nate, man. I'm gonna tell the kids that too. Hey, it's time. You got to go to bed. It's time for Nate.
It's time for Nate.
It's time for Nate.
You sleep just like him too, on the belly, head down. That's it.
What a fucking. And then the dude, Jake Paul, his brother. I don't know if he's older or younger, but Logan Paul, for like 5 months now, he's been calling out Mayweather.
He has. I read that.
Why do you? So let me ask you this question. You're on the clock here. Let me ask you this question. Would you rather get knocked out by Mike Tyson or have to fight 12 rounds with Mayweather?
Mayweather. Or Mike Tyson.
I had people tell me this. People said the same thing. This is my answer. I'd much rather get knocked out by a 5'10", 225-pound heavyweight boxer than have to go 12 rounds with a 5'6" midget and have him rapidly beat my face in for 12 rounds. At least with Tyson, it's over in 30 seconds. I might have brain damage for 10 years, but it's over. I don't have to go 12 rounds, and then look at the interview, and when my face is swollen up and nose busted and lip, and I was like, what was the plan going into the fight? Fucking survive. That's what the plan was. I was trying to survive, for Christ's sake. And I got my ass whipped by a 5'6" fucking midget. I would be more pissed than that than, it's an honor to get knocked out by Mike. You know what I mean? Like,
it is an honor to get knocked out by Mike. My thinking of it is, with Floyd being such a defensive boxer, if I come out aggressive early on, either A, I get knocked out, to your point, right? Or two, he becomes defensive and decides to dance around the ring for 12 rounds. I get minimal damage, still get it paid and get out of there.
I think he dances and uses defense when it's an actual boxer.
That's true.
When it's my Cuban bald-headed ass in the ring, I feel like he has no fear and he's just wailing on me.
But again, to the knockout point, do you think Floyd hits harder than Tyson?
No, absolutely not. I think Tyson hits harder.
I'd rather get knocked out. I'd rather get knocked out by Floyd Mayweather.
A knockout's a knockout. Okay, a knockout's a knockout.
Yeah, but one's going to put you in brain damage, like you said.
Mayweather hasn't knocked anybody out for like 30 years, 20 years.
My point.
I don't want to get knocked out.
Knockout.
I don't think it's. I think you look like the guy that's like, yo, Mayweather knocked you out. Like, what a soft chin. Tyson hits me. It doesn't matter if I'm in shape or not. The same results. Yeah, I'm gonna die on the ring and get $10 million. I love it. I'm not doing it. I don't care what he says. But again, I think the whole thing was nice. And it was nice that they ended in a draw, I guess. Yeah,
I hated it.
Yeah, looking back on it, I'm like, I don't know why I thought there'd be a winner. Of course they would call a draw. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a draw no matter who fights. I feel bad for Roy Jones Jr. I don't think he has any organs today. Those body shots, Jesus Christ.
So there was a photo that was taken at the end of the match that showed the two of them, the celebrity judge or whoever it was that was in the ring with them holding each other's arms. And Roy looked like he had gone through hell.
He had internal bleeding.
Mike Tyson had to look like he was ready to go another 3 rounds.
Bro. And it also looked like Mike Tyson was just holding back. He was carrying Jones a little bit. There was a couple times that he could have really unloaded on him. Like, and I felt like Roy Jones was grabbing, like, bro, what the, come on, man, shit. What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? You signed the contract too?
My kids are watching this.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. My kids are old enough to realize what's going to happen here. Don't Nate me. Don't freaking Nate me, bro. Don't Nate me right now, man.
Can you imagine going back to your kids later if you do go Nate and imagine what your kids would tell you? You got knocked out, Dad.
Bro, what do you like? You know my kids. I got a 19, 13, and a 10-year-old boy. Bro, if I sit there and said, just like Kevin Hart did, hey man, go out there and take out that trash. Shut the fuck up.
You want to go Nate? You want to go Nate, Dad?
You want me to go get Nate? You want Nate? You want to go Nate? You know what? Give me that goddamn trash. I'll take out the trash. You are something else. I'll take out the goddamn trash. That's what's going to happen.
Apparently, Nate Roberts was a good sport about it. He was back on social media the next day, back in his group chats, accepting the clowning and the memes and all everything that came along with it.
He's better than me. I deactivate my account. There's no way. Deactivate my account and move to Greece and pray nobody had internet over there.
Get rid of my phone number.
Oh, God.
All of it's gone.
How do you... And again, valiant effort for going out. Anybody that steps into a ring, whether it's octagon or an actual boxing ring, kudos to them. I still don't want to get knocked out.
No.
Not
now,
like
do you
that.
think Mike Tyson fights again?
Bro, I think he fights Holyfield. Holyfield called him out on social media saying that let's do a real fight. Let's have a real fight with actual real consequences. I'm like, oh, God.
A winner and a loser.
Bro, let it go. He bit your ear. It's fucking over. You won the fight, but come on, man. Because, honestly, we're watching two older guys, even though Tyson is in the shape of, like, physique-wise, like, amazing. It is two older guys, man. And I don't. Could you imagine? Okay, could you imagine Roy Jones Jr. getting knocked out the way Nate Robinson did by Mike Tyson?
Oh, that would have been bad,
bro. There's the consequences with this. He's not going to recover for something like that, man.
No, brain damage for sure.
And who you're sit there and tell me you're not going to? And this is messed up. I'm going to go to hell with gasoline draws on. Tell me you don't laugh at freaking Roy Jones Jr. if he has like a speech impediment after that kind of hit that Robinson took.
Yeah, you kind of do a little bit.
You're going to be messed up, man. You can't do it. No, all he could do was body shots, man. But it was good watching it, man. I hope they do something else. I hope I hope it's just not boxing all the time. I hope they have like something else planned, like a softball game or something. You know what I mean?
That would be fun as long as Snoop Dogg is the commentator.
Oh God,
because that guy was hella funny.
Jesus,
the entire time. Him and Tony Romo need to do commentating together.
There you go.
That would be ESPN, NFL. Find a way to make this happen.
When Nate Robinson got knocked down the second time and he started singing church hymns, oh Jesus! I was like, oh my God, yo! They all see it coming. He's finna get knocked out. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. It would be great to have Snoop Dogg do some commentating, especially in the NFL, because there's some crazy commentating going on over there.
Terrible.
It's horrible, man. The whole NFL is horrible this season, man. You know what I'm saying? We're still waiting, which I believe tonight they play, right? Pittsburgh and the Ravens.
They do tonight. Finally. It got moved from this game was originally supposed to be played on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
They got moved from Thanksgiving to Friday, or my apologies, to Sunday.
Yep.
From Sunday to Monday, from Monday to Tuesday, and now from Tuesday to Wednesday, and they still do not have an all clear to play.
I don't know. You think they get it?
The Ravens had 2 positive tests last night.
Oh boy.
So again, they've gone all these days. The NFL has head been on this game will happen on Wednesday.
Yep.
We'll see. Do you remember who you picked? Because this game is still part of our pick'ems. Do you remember who you picked?
Yeah, I took Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we both did.
We both took Pittsburgh because half the Ravens team is replaced by JV JUCO kids. Like there's nobody playing for them, man.
Thank goodness I had other players on my team this week to help me beat Grizz in our OTC league.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even need Lamar Jackson. Beat him by 30.
Oh, I know he must have loved
You know what
that.
I picked up? You know what I picked up?
Who's that?
Daniel Jones.
Oh, you took him?
That's who I picked up and played for the week because I didn't know if Lamar Jackson was going to play or not. I didn't even know the game was going to happen or not.
Right.
Rather get some points and no points.
I know it's smart. It's smart thinking because you don't. Who knows if they play still? And again, how much longer do you think this goes on before the NFL shuts it down? Do you think the NFL ever shuts it down or no?
I think it'll happen. I think within the next month, it'll happen for sure. Here's the thing. If it happens during the regular season, 2 extra teams are going to make the playoffs. It was a revision that was done to the CBA agreement for this year that they'll allow 8 teams instead of 7 to enter the playoffs. So 16 of the 32 teams will make the playoffs if for some reason a game gets canceled. Right. Any game. They can be 2 teams that aren't going into the playoffs.
Right.
And their game gets canceled. It'll automatically trigger because of the other scenarios that go on. So I think the NFL is really trying to avoid that.
Right.
We'll see if they're successful in it. But I think it's only a matter of time, especially now that we get into the cold months. That's when COVID is due to spike up again. It's a cold weather kind of virus. You know, hopefully everybody stays safe out there and wear your mask, people.
Please.
And protect yourself so that, you know, you stay safe during this winter season.
I know, man, because it's going to affect so much more, man. I don't know if they get through December. Everybody's telling me, yeah, it's a business, it's money, they're going to get through with it. But, bro, I don't know the way these numbers and everybody's spiking. Half the freaking Baltimore Ravens are done. It's just a matter of time for somebody else. Christmas is coming back, or Christmas, I believe, Christmas week is NBA. They're coming back.
NBA kicks off. Yep.
How's that going to happen?
You already had 2 Warriors yesterday, December 1st, test positive.
Yep.
As training camp was opening back up for them.
Exactly. And again, I mean, since we have Kevin Knox on the show today, I really want to ask him, you know, what's going to happen, what's going to go on with that. Which, by the way,
I
man,
know he's excited. I know
Oh
he's
my
excited
God.
to be back.
how excited how excited is it to have Kevin? And people don't know like how far back Kevin Knox goes back to the show with us, you coaching against his father, watching him play. I literally can't believe that, at one point in my life I saw Kevin Knox on a 7-on-7 game and everybody's like, yo, Kevin, you can't play. And I'm like, oh, that's so sad that I let this kid play. Like, yo, you're going to be going to the NBA, man. Stop. He was like 16, 17 years old. He has I'm sure he doesn't remember that, but bro, it's literally, they told him, no, you're going to the NBA. And in my mind, I'm like, NBA, come on, guys. And look at me eating my words now. He's a freaking NBA freaking star.
Going into third year.
Going his third year. It's awesome, man. I can't believe he's going to be here, man. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really good, man. Let me ask you this really quick, George, really quick. If you had to watch any fight between any celebrity, real quick, I know this is a crazy transition, but if you had to watch any fight between any celebrities, who would you want to watch fight?
Oh man, if I had to watch a fight between any celebrity,
and they have to fight, they have to do like they're fighting. There's no, once you call them out, these two have to fight. Who do you think?
have to happen. I'm gonna go with the wild one here. I'm gonna go with Kevin Hart, David Chappelle.
In a box. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah,
some crazy jokes are coming out of that one. You know what I mean? And I feel like Dave Chappelle wins because of off of reach.
Yeah, that alone. How about you?
Dude, if I had to watch two people fight, you're going to love this. And I would want to watch Troy Aikman versus his co-host, Buck. What's this called, man? I want to see his co-host, him and Buck freaking fight. Two commentators. They're too nice to each other. Joe Buck. They're too nice to each other on the air. And like, I think they're just really good friends. I want to see them fight.
You know who else I want to see fight?
Who?
Because they're always going at it. Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman.
You know what? That's actually good. I don't think Max can fight.
I don't think Max can either.
I don't think Steven can do it either. I think he's horrible with it. But that's actually a really good matchup. That'd be really good. Yeah, that'd be really nice to watch. You know who I would like to watch also? Pat McAfee versus freaking...
it doesn't matter. Pat McAfee. Give me Pat McAfee. Doesn't matter.
Pat McAfee kills everybody. I agree.
Everybody.
I agree. I think he kicks the shit out of people. But I would love to see some celebrity fights like that. Like Celebrity Deathmatch when they used to do the clay thing, whatever, on MTV. But actually really two celebrities fighting. That'd be freaking awesome. To get us through this COVID shit. Just to entertain us. Yeah. That'd be good, man. Hey, but so George, are you okay from your Bucs and the Chiefs?
I was hoping we'd make it through a show.
You know what? And I could see it in your face, like, oh, we went to the break. He's not going to talk about it. No, my friend. We're going to talk about it real quick. What happened with your guys? What's the breakdown? What's the problem? Because I got my theories.
So everybody's going to say that it's Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. We have been a notorious slow starting team this year. So, and again, I like to give you facts. I like to give you stats to support my theories. We give up an abundance amount of yards to Tyreek Hill on Sunday. An
abundance? That dude literally lives in 813 zip code right now because Jesus...
He racked him up.
Area code. Oh my God. Yeah. Who's number 24 again? Who's number 24 again?
Carlton Davis.
Jesus Christ.
Or Sean Bunting, whichever one. There's two of them that were.
Bro, if anybody was on the bubble to get cut, it's those guys. It's literally those guys.
Stay with me here.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
The Bucs ended up shutting out the Chiefs in the second half. You walk into halftime thinking it's going to be a blowout. The Bucs are going to be in this game, yada, yada, yada. And rightfully so. We should not have been in this game. To lose by 3 and to give in the second half adjustments that our defense was able to make. So as great as Tyreek Hill played in that first quarter, had over 200 yards receiving in one quarter, which is silly. He had 60 yards the rest of the game. So we were able to contain him, so to say. Patrick Mahomes had about 300 yards passing at halftime, ended the game with just 347. So in the second half, the Bucs played better defense, to me, we don't do a good job of game planning during the week. And I think that's on both sides of the ball. Whatever game plan we start the game with goes out the window by halftime. You saw it against the Chiefs. You saw it against the Rams. You've seen it against teams that are 500 or better as far as their record is concerned. And I think the same thing goes to the offense. We try to run the ball. We don't stick with it long enough. We can't play action pass. We don't play action pass, which is what Tom Brady's strength is being able to play action pass and then throw the ball short to intermediate, not 65-yard bombs 19 times a game. And, Bruce Arians came out this week and said that, no, Brady calls the plays. This guy is going to become a laughing stock. And when I say this guy, I'm talking about Bruce Arians, because all he is doing is deflecting blame. As a leader, and you know this role, you were in the military for a ton of years. As a leader, you always take responsibility, no matter if it's your fault or not.
Always.
You always take responsibility. You keep the pressure off of your guys because you don't want your guys feeling that pressure day in, day out as they're preparing, as they're playing, as they're dealing with the media. All this guy's done is say, nope, you get the blame. It's almost like Oprah. You get the blame. You get the blame. You get the blame. You all get the blame this week, right? And it's almost like every week it's something different he chooses to blame on. First is, the guys just aren't getting together well enough. There's no chemistry there. Then Tom Brady's doing his own stuff, this, that, and the other. And he's, he throws a deep ball great in practice. Somehow he can't throw it great in a game. Or he's getting confused by coverage.
Yeah, all kind of low blows.
Yeah, that all goes against the pedigree of what a Tom Brady guy is. Are we wasting Tom Brady right now? Absolutely.
So I agree with you on some of those points. Some of them I don't agree with you. I'm going to tell you now, man, I do agree with you about the Bruce, him deflecting. I agree that's not cool. Whatever's going on, whatever's happening in the Bucs, you keep that internal. You don't air out your laundry. People think that, no, he's just being honest. Well, you're being too honest. You're going to be so honest. You're going to be honestly out of a fucking job if you keep doing that. I think Tom is calling all the plays. I think I told you he was going to do it. I told you he's not going to listen to Byron Leftwich. He's not going to run his playbook. He's not going to care to do it. And I think he's trying to teach these guys on the fly during game day what he wants done. I don't think I agree with you about the game planning. It doesn't look like they've sat down and thought about all these different scenarios. It looks like they're all just, hey, this is what we're running this week. This is what we got going on. And that's not what Tom's used to. So Tom's used to having a playbook and then every week having added plays, decreased plays, but these are the plays we're running every single week. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's happening in Tampa. I think he's literally just winging this shit. And some of it works out, some of it don't. Your first drives look amazing. They look scripted. They look like this is what we're doing. Boom, 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 boom. You execute them very well, and then you score. But again, bro, coming out the second half, the Chiefs stunk it up offensively. But I don't know if they were stinking up because of the adjustments the Bucs made or because they were trying a lot of unusual shit in that second half that I think they were like, yo, stop doing this. Let's go back to what was working. But by that time, the Bucs did figure it out, and I think they kind of, I don't know, they played into the hands of what the Bucs were doing. I saw a couple times Mahomes running for his life and 3 straight passes in the red zone. He threw them away. And only 2 guys were running routes. So I don't know. Whatever's happening in the Bucs, I don't think Bruce should be airing it out. I think Tom needs another year to teach his receivers, which I was telling you might have all these weapons. But if they can't think like Tom does, then there's a problem. Tom Brady's used to doing hand signals, but not signals where you know what's going on. He does like little flickers. He touches his face mask. He moves his hands a certain way. They're all signals telling receivers what to do. That's what Tom's been doing in New England. That's why everybody says it's so hard to learn New England playbook, because I don't think there is a playbook. I think it's literally just Tom doing what the hell he wants to do. And everybody's like, okay, yeah, I know what that means, so I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to think. Tom says run this. This is what I'm running. That's why you see a lot of miscues with his receivers. You know, some guys are trying to, they're supposed to run banger routes. Some of them bender routes. They're not running any of these routes. They're not running option routes. I know for a fact the New England Patriots used to have this route called the stopper, right? The stopper was a 25-yard hitch. I swear to God. You make it look like a goal. You're running as deep as you can, and then you just stop at 25 yards and the ball's coming out. I think these are things that they used to do in New England that he's trying to teach these guys, but it's all on game day. It's not what they've been doing the whole week. You know what that makes sense? So they don't have the reps to memorize. So it just looks messed up. And when you give a quarterback freedom to throw, well, what does the quarterback want to do? He wants to throw the ball. You're not going to run the ball. Right now, you guys are going through the Dan Marino phase, is what I like to call it. Dan Marino would get a play call for running the ball, and he just canceled that shit. He's throwing to Duper. He was throwing to Clayton. He was throwing to O.J. McDuffie. Like, he was done. Like, what? Fucking run the ball? No. That's why no running back ever wanted to go to freaking Miami. I got to be behind Dan Marino, who's going to tell me, screw off, we're not giving you the ball. He's going to throw it 50 times a game? Okay, fine. Elway was the same way, and Jim Kelly was the same way until Jim Kelly figured, well, let me give the ball to Thurman Thomas, but Thurman Thomas would fumble that motherfucker in a Super Bowl 4 or 5 times. And Elway didn't get with the system until he got Terrell Davis, and they were like, listen to me, you want to win football games, we got to hand it to this guy. We got to hand it to this guy, and then you throw 15 times a game, we're going to win the Super Bowl. And he got with it. This is what Brady and your Bucs are going through right now. He's got the freedom, the green light, do what he wants, and Bruce is not controlling the ship anymore. literally not controlling the ship.
Let's hope this bye week we're on this week cures some of that, and we're able to get back into it.
Can you imagine the magnitude if you guys come off a bye and lose? Do you understand the ramifications that are going to happen in your organization if
Especially
you lose?
We play the Vikings.
Listen to me. Yeah, you do play the Vikings, and that's not an easy team.
It's not.
They're scrappy little sons of bitch, and Dalvin Cook runs like a son bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you guys win that game, it's because Kirk Cousins doesn't play very well at the quarterback's position, because they're going to run the ball very well.
We'll see, because the Bucs are pretty good at stopping the run.
They are. Your D line is nice.
No matter who we played, what back we play, we've been able to do that pretty well. So we'll see.
Okay, I'm ready for it, man. I can't wait to see this Minnesota in 2 weeks. Minnesota and you guys square off. On the clock, fans, like we've been promising you. No more further ado. No more waiting. It's our guy. We have him here for you. Tampa's very own, homegrown. You know him just by looking at him, but I'm gonna tell you who it is, man. We got Kevin Knox from the New York Knicks. He is on the radio with us. What's going on, Kevin? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. I've never spoken to an NBA player ever. You know what I'm saying? Not even through Twitter or nothing like that. So I'm super excited to talk to you, man. You probably don't remember, which is okay, and I understand how busy you are. I remember watching you play 7-on-7 at Progress Village, and everybody telling you, do not play the 7-on-7. You have a career. Do not come out here and play.
Hey, for real, I don't remember that.
Yeah, man.
A long time ago.
I don't want to put your business out there. It was a long time ago. I don't want to put no business out there. There's a few friends out there that were playing for G&G and things like that, and you were out there just chilling and relaxing, and you were catching footballs a little bit. And I remember seeing, I was like, oh man, that's definitely an NBA prospect. Like, look how tall this guy is.
I love playing football. Football is my first love, man. That's what I grew up playing, and I just made that transition over to basketball.
Well, rightfully so. I mean, I think it worked out perfect. I think it worked out just fine. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I worked out perfectly fine.
Right, man. So listen, man, I want to start, make it personal, man. How have you been? How's your family? I know COVID's got us all freaking having like a 6-foot stick in our car and freaking poking people like, don't stand near me in the grocery store. But how have you been, man? How's everything going?
Yeah, I've been good. I've just been working out a lot over the summer, spending a lot of time with family in the off season. With the season ending kind of short and starting late, I've gotten a lot of opportunity, to spend time with my brothers and my little sister and spend time with my mom and dad. So, it's always good to do that. And I've just really been in the gym, just making sure that I'm getting better, getting ready for the upcoming season.
And that's what's up, man. I know it must have been crazy, man, because we were all, that's how this podcast got started. Me and George got freaking quarantined at our houses, and we're like, okay, well, I want to talk to other people besides just you, bro. This is boring, man, but that's good, man. I had a question for you, man, that I ask a lot of kids and I ask a lot of people that move on to college and the NFL and then NBA. Man, listen, What was it like playing in your very first NBA game? I know we don't have crowds now, but back then, man, I know it must have been electrifying. Were you nervous? Talk me through it, man.
Yeah, I mean, Madison Square Garden is obviously one of the most oracle arenas in the NBA. So, I mean, I got a blessing, get drafted by the Knicks and be able to play in that arena, half of the season with home and away games. But, I mean, just playing MSG, I mean, it's just electric every single night. Fans going to come out and show support. They show love. I mean, it's a great atmosphere. I mean, all the NBA players in the league love playing the Madison Square Garden. So, everyone's coming to put on a show. So it just makes the game very interesting. We have a lot of, stuff on the Jumbotron and throwing towels. And, it's just a great atmosphere at MSG. So in my first game, I definitely was nervous. I was definitely nervous playing the Madison Square Garden, my first game. But after you get that first shot up, kind of the butterflies and the nerves kind of go away.
That's good, man, because I now me and George, we go back with your father and I remember how he was coaching. I remember seeing you on sidelines with him and stuff. So I remember watching your first game. I remember watching the first game, and I know this is going to sound crazy, man, but the first thought I had was, I wonder how he's going to handle Spike Lee. Like, that's what I was thinking about. I was like,
Spike,
is he intense over there, man? Is he too much or what?
Nah, I mean, he's pretty cool on the sidelines. He came to a few games last year, before Corona, walk over there, dap him up, he say good luck, have a conversation. But, I mean, he's a diehard Knicks fan, so every time he gets to come to the game, I mean, you always want to put on a show.
Oh, absolutely, because you don't want him yelling at you up and down the court.
Oh, yeah, I definitely don't want that.
Right.
So Kevin, with, basketball camp, I was reading starts on December 2nd. First preseason game for you guys kicks off December 11th. I know you must be excited to get back out there with your guys and get out there. I know you guys have signed some guys this year as well. I know you guys are returning about 5 of the guys from last year. Talk a little about, that chemistry that you guys are looking to establish, and given this kind of COVID environment that you guys are in, how do you guys build that brotherhood and that, camaraderie with each other here before you guys get going?
Yeah, I mean, last year we brought in a lot of different players as well. And this year, they kind of, brought in a whole new coaching staff and brought in, new players. So we definitely during training camp, you want to, get the chemistry and get everyone kind of going along. It's kind of a really fast turnaround with everything with the season and then training camp and the season coming up like a week after start with preseason games. So we definitely kind of got to build that chemistry in the short time we have. And, we really haven't been able to work out with each other at the facilities because, with the coronavirus and everything that's going on. So, I mean, we start December 1st, and the first preseason game is December 11th. So we got 10 days to really kind of get that chemistry going.
Now, I was looking through, and I know R.J. Barrett went to Duke. You went to Kentucky and balled out. Do you guys have a little, between the two of you each year about who's going to beat who during the game? Do you guys sit down and watch it together? Do you guys have any friendly bets you guys do for those games?
He came. My last 2-3 schools came down to Duke as well. So I mean, when they played Kentucky the year before he came to the Knicks, they kind of blew them out by. It was bad. Like the first game of the season, they blew them out by 30. Every time we talk about Kentucky during the season last year, he always talk about that same game where they blew us out by 30. So I'm waiting for the rematch. So Kentucky can get a win over Duke. So I can go back and talk some trash. But ever since they beat Kentucky by 30, man, I've been hearing every single day of practice.
Yeah, he likes to remind you about it.
Yeah, he's got to poke the bear a little bit. That's messed up, man.
And then we got a new Kentucky coach with a new Kentucky player as well. So I'm definitely going to hear more and more now.
Oh man, now it's 3-on-1.
Right.
Yeah.
So Kevin, I know you've made a lot of headlines so far in your young career, all great ones. One of the biggest ones that when I saw this happen and I saw it on TV, I kind of jumped up. I was like, oh shit, here we go. You dunked on Ben Simmons.
Nasty.
And it was
Oh yeah, that's
listen,
one
man,
of my favorite plays.
Yeah, I hope Ben doesn't. Well, I don't think Ben listens to the show. Yeah, I don't think he listens to the show, so we're good here. We're fine with Ben, but yeah, that was pretty nasty, man.
Oh yeah,
so,
that was crazy, especially with the fans going crazy after and everything. I mean, that definitely was something that I'm always gonna remember. I mean, there was no hard feelings after. I mean, everyone
right.
has getting block shots, getting dunked on. So I talked to him after. I mean, he made a little joke and then started laughing, but we dapped it up and moved and kept it moving. It's just how basketball is. But I was definitely one of my favorite plays, though.
Well, listen, man, that was the talk in the barbershops, in the mall, at freaking football game. Like, that was the talk. Yo, did you see what Kevin did to Ben Simmons? Like, that was like the talk the next day, man. Like, yo, did you see this highlight right here? Did you see what happened? You know what I mean? And it was, good for Ben being, cool with it, you know what I mean? Because it does happen. It's like football. Everybody's going to get trucked once in a while. If you play defense, you're going to get trucked once in a while. You know what I mean?
You're going to get mossed one time.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the game of basketball. I mean, you're gonna get a little cross up, a little dunk on, block shot. I mean, it's gonna happen. You just gotta be able to keep it going and moving and keep moving forward and move on to the next play. I mean, we ended up losing that game actually. So, I mean, I had a highlight play, so he actually won the game.
Right. So, okay, I get what you're saying. I got the battle, but he won the war. Yeah. You're right.
So, Kevin, as you get ready for the 21 season here when it kicks off, like you mentioned, December 11th, you guys have your first preseason game. What are some of the things you've been working on here in the off season as you get ready to go into year 3?
I mean, going into year 3, I mean, I'm just really just looking forward, just really getting out there and just showing what I've really been working on all summer long. I mean, I'm really looking forward to getting out there and really just expanding my game and showing the people, I've had a really up and down second year, but I'm really ready to show everyone what I've really been working on and really what I'm about in my third year.
That's what's up, man. It's like that song, "You want to shoot with me in the gym?" Drake. That's what's up, man. Nothing wrong with that.
That's a classic Drake song.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
You want to shoot with me in the gym? But hey, man, I got to ask you something. Taking you back a little bit, bringing you back a little bit. Going back to your days at TC, at Tampa Catholic, I wanted to ask you, man, because what made you pick Kentucky over Duke, and maybe some of the other schools as well? Because there's a lot of great schools that have basketball, man. So what was some of your decision making going into that?
Yeah, man, it was a very tough decision, and I think my mom and my dad really helped me with that whole process because it was definitely tough. I mean, I had a lot of great schools that I had the opportunity to really go to and play for, and a lot of great coaches that actually came and watched me play, came and sat inside my house and really got to talk to them and see how their whole mindset and how they think the game of basketball. So it was definitely a blessing with that. But ultimately, I really chose Kentucky just because, I mean, I just really felt that they was really going to push me and get me to that next level. Coach Cal and Kenny Payne and Coach Barber, they really did a good job, just really showing support. And, I went up there on a couple of visits and seeing how they really work and how they work hard and this history of getting guys to the league. So I think that's kind of one of the main reasons why I chose Kentucky over the other schools.
The last one I got for you here is, I know recently, Kentucky Men's Basketball Daily, put a post out, and I saw you reshared it about, that 2017, 2018 team. Almost 7-8 guys are currently on NBA rosters, which is crazy to think about the talent that you guys had on that team. Talk to me about that brotherhood, how you guys have all kind of stayed in touch. Because I saw your, you posted back on IG and you had some heartfelt message about, you guys had talked about this kind of stuff and where you guys are at today, what conversation you guys were having back when you guys were, 17, 18 years old, just getting to Kentucky. Talk about that relationship with that squad from 2017.
Yeah, man. They're my guys for life. I mean, when you go through a whole college season, you travel, practice every day. The way we competed every single day in practice, I mean, we always gonna have love for each other. That's just a brotherhood that you build for the rest of your life. And man, we had like 7 McDonald's All-Americans on that team, and practices every day were really, really tough. Cal had us competing, playing 1-on-1, 2-on-2 in the post, running sprints. Like we had really a lot of tough practices. Guys got into it, arguing and fighting. I mean, we just really went at it that year. But I mean, we all gonna be brothers for life. I mean, because that's the relationship that we had and we built over that 1 year at Kentucky. Guys went undrafted. Some guys went first, second round. But, I mean, that's just ultimately the goal is just get to the NBA. And so that message on Instagram was just, everyone really just being proud of each other and how we really, got to where we're at now. And just really don't take it for granted. It's really just a blessing. So we always stay in contact. I play the game. I play the PlayStation sometimes with PJ and, I play against some of the other guys. So, we're always going to have that relationship that we're going to be able to stay intact for the rest of our lives.
And that's what it's about, man. Making those, saying those brotherhoods for life. You'll probably end up being godfather to somebody's children one day or something, or vice versa, man. That's what's up, man. I got a crazy question for you. I played football. I know you're a football player as well, previously, man. So did you ever have, or maybe in the NBA now, do you have any like pregame superstitions? Like, we've talked to a lot of people. Some guys got to chew like 50 pieces of gum. We have people that freaking, or they got to have like no markings, no ink touching their bodies. Arm sleeves got to be exactly a quarter inch or whatever craziness it is. Do you have anything like that, man?
Man, I don't think I really have any crazy superstition. I mean, before games, I really like to really just lock in. I mean, I got every athlete has like a playlist, a go-to playlist that they really go to that gets them in the mood, that gets them the energy to get ready for a game. But I don't really think I have no really crazy like handshake with someone, or like certain music I listen to, or food I really like to eat. Because I mean, before the game, I really like to eat light, like just some rice and chicken or like some salmon. That really kind of give me some energy. But I don't think I really have no crazy superstition, though. Man,
that's what's up, man. Nothing wrong with that. Have you, let me ask you, since being in the NBA, is there any NBA star, any NBA Hall of Famer, or anybody previous that you met and you're like, yeah, I just met my freaking hero, or I can't believe I just met this man. You know what I mean? Is there anybody that you can remember that you were like starstruck?
I mean, my favorite player is Kevin Durant. I think that's my favorite player my whole life. So, I mean, when I got the opportunity to really play against him my rookie year, man, it was great. I mean, I traded buckets with him. They ultimately won the game, but it was just my first time playing against someone that I really watched and really covered my whole life. So it was definitely fun. And then I got the opportunity actually to talk to LeBron after I think it was my second year or my rookie year. We won. We played in New York, and Coach Fizzo actually took me to the back after the game. And after LeBron finished doing his interviews, I actually got to sit there and one-on-one talk to him. And, everyone loves LeBron. I mean, that's my guy. I mean, I'm a big fan of LeBron, so I really got the opportunity to really talk to him, ask him questions about him. And he's a real cool guy. We made jokes, and he's actually watched a lot of film on me as well, he said. So, I mean, that was just another great opportunity to, really talk to two legends, two future Hall of Famers, that I really watch their games and really look up.
So let me ask you something, man. Going up and down the court when you played against Kevin Durant, because the guy that I would probably be starstruck in football would be Ed Reed, right? If I had to play wide receiver against Ed Reed, and let's say I run a route and he knocks the shit out of me, like he knocks me, I feel like I would get him like, hey man, great hit, bro. Like that was, man, that was such a good.
Yeah, for real. I mean, Ed Reed, boy, he was laying that wood back there.
Right.
He was trying to hit everybody.
But I think I'd be so starstruck. I would forget that my chin strap got knocked off, and you know what I'm saying, like my helmet's rolling on the ground. I'm like, yo, Ed Reed, after the game, can we switch jerseys? Like, did you have that like Kevin when he shot the ball? You're like, hey, good job, Kevin Durant. Like that's a hell of a shot there, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, man. It was actually crazy because it was like the first quarter of the Warriors game. We played actually in Golden State, and it was like the first quarter. I got a pass, and it was one-on-one, me and KD on the wing, and I actually got him with a hesitation. He jumped for it, and I went right past him. And I made the layup, and as soon as I made the layup, he said, "Man, give me the ball." And he really came back down, and he really gave me a bucket, and he scored. Like right then and there, I was like, "Oh yeah, man, he came to play today." He was mad I just scored on him.
Right. He's like, not this rookie, not today, not today.
Oh yeah, nah, he didn't let that one slide. He just got the ball back really fast.
That's funny, man. Hey, Kev, man. So just so you know, we play like a silly little game when we interview some people, man. It's nothing too crazy. It's almost like a would you rather, but we like to call it this and that, man. So hang on a second. We're gonna play this and that real quick. And this and that is just some questions, some silly questions that we just want to ask you. Try to get your mind a little bit, man. George has the first one up, man, and I'm interested to see how you answer the first question right out the gate.
All right,
Kevin.
Cool.
So, would you rather have TikTok right now is blowing up? Everybody's on TikTok. I keep watching Juju Smith-Schuster on Sundays dance on people's logos during pregame warm-ups.
The disrespect.
It's crazy. But would you rather have 1 million TikTok followers, or would you rather have 500,000 followers on IG? Now, you're not far away from it because I saw you're about halfway there on IG. So which one would you pick?
Actually, I don't even have a TikTok. My little brothers and little sister actually have them, and I watch sometimes on the iPad, but I've never really got into the TikTok thing in the app, so I don't even have it on my phone. So that's easy for me. I'm going with the 500 Instagram followers.
See, and you're gonna laugh, man. I'm a 38-year-old man that loves doing these stupid TikTok videos. Like my kids got me into this stupid TikTok thing. I was like, why not?
I'm not a big TikTok gangster.
So you're gonna take the 500,000? Nothing wrong with that, man.
It's easy.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
Nothing wrong with that. I'll take 500,000 Instagram followers right now.
Well, hopefully, man. Hopefully you get there, man. I'm sure you will, man. I got a question for you going to your football days here. I got to know what's going on because there's been a lot of talk with Tom Brady here at the Bucs, and George is a huge fan of the Bucs and Tom Brady. He's been struggling a little bit lately, but who would you want to be quarterbacking? If you were the owner or the head coach or the OC, who would you want as your quarterback? Would you want Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
That's a tough one. Peyton Manning, he's one of the greatest. They both one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But Peyton Manning, he had his whole Omaha stuff where he called his own plays and did whatever he wanted to do. So, man, I don't know, man. Tom Brady, he kind of impressed me when he came back down 28-3 against the Falcons in the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Which, by the way, I had $1,000. I had $1,000 on that game, bro. And $1,000 doesn't seem much now, but I mean, it's a lot when you're a 38-year-old football coach with 4 kids. You're like, oh God, I need this $1,000.
So you won or lost $1,000?
No, I won $1,000, man. I was down when it was 28-3. I was already transferring money and getting 401k plans together. I was like, yo, I got to pay my bet.
Man.
And then
Tom Brady made it work, man.
Bro, did he? And listen to me, I am a dude that's kind of petty when I win. And, bro, I got in the car that Super Bowl night and was like, yo, I'm coming to your house to get the money. Like, I'm not waiting till tomorrow. Like, I want this money right now. So
that's for real, man. Tom Brady, that's why after that game, he kind of had me as the GOAT. Yeah. And he won the ring that year. He kind of had me. And then he won the ring the next year. They beat the Rams, I think, in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So, I think I'm going to go personally with Tom Brady.
Yeah, there's no bad road there taking either one of those guys. You know what I mean? That's a good call, man.
Now, Kevin, I'm going to ask you one that's not on here because I was having a conversation with your dad about this, and he was like, you know what, George, this is you're going to get Kevin with this one here.
Oh boy.
And you kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. So, in your opinion, who is the GOAT of basketball?
Oh boy.
You said that one more time.
Who is the GOAT of basketball?
Man, that's a tough one. I'm a KD fan. I gotta go with Kevin Durant.
Wow.
I get a lot of crap. I get a lot of crap for it because everyone don't like the whole Golden State move, but I ain't never switched up. Every time I get asked that question, I go with Kevin Durant.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Even if he went to, I don't know what the big hoopla was, but I mean, going to Golden State in my mind was a good move. I mean, if you look at that OKC team, we talk about all the time. It was time to move on from that era. He gave those years to him. He gave Westbrook and Harden was on there, and Ibaka and freaking Perkins was on that team. It was just time. But yeah, man, that's a good call. I've never heard anybody say Kevin Durant before, man. It's always, I did have one guy.
Yeah, it's very rare. Everyone says the LeBrons and the Michael Jordans. And,
right.
Them are only really two names. You hear sometimes you throw Kobe in there, and some of the old heads will say Kareem, but I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant.
If I asked you, do you know who your brother took?
Who he said? He said LeBron.
Yeah, man. And listen to me, I didn't even get the question out of my mouth. I was like, "Hey, who do you think the greatest LeBron?" I was like, "Oh." I was like, how do you know I was going to ask you about who's the greatest chef?
Straight LeBron.
Yeah.
Straight LeBron.
He did, man. He gave some good reasons, though. It was like really good reasons. You're like, all right, man, that's honorable, young man. I can't fault you for that one.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. LeBron got his reasons why you can consider him one of the greatest of all time.
Right. You're right. Right.
That's what's up, man. So here's going back to football here. Let me ask you this. Which one would you rather be? Would you rather be a awesome NFL kicker or an average pass catching tight end?
Oh, I'm going with the kicker. I mean,
right.
kickers don't get much love, but if you're a great kicker, you hit game-winning field goals, you're not missing extra points. I mean, you're going to get a lot of love. You're going to be in the league for 15 plus years if you can just kick and be awesome at it.
You're right about that. You know, the kicker that comes to mind that has his own podcast is Pat McAfee, man. You know what I'm saying? He placeholder punter.
Oh, he was in the league a long time.
Right, and he was that guy. Now, you know, it's funny. You're going to laugh about this by being an awesome kicker. Pat McAfee has thrown a touchdown. He has ran for a touchdown. He has tackled people. He's run reverse. Like, this dude did it all as a kicker. And I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe he could have played other positions because Pat McAfee looked like a little bit of a baller, man, other than just a kicker. You know what I mean? Have you ever watched his highlights before?
Yeah, kickers don't get a lot of love, but boy, they do a lot. And mentally, you gotta be mentally strong and come down there and hit game-winning field goals with 1-2 seconds left to win the game, or even to go to overtime. That's a lot of pressure. I give a lot of props to kickers.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I have one last question for you, and we asked your brother. I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I'm going to give you. Well, I probably will tell the answer. I'm not going. I'm bullshitting you. I'm probably going to tell you the answer here. Start a little family beef right before Thanksgiving, but here you go, man. I got who would win 1-on-1, you or Kobe? You and your brother Kobe Knox.
That's easy. I mean, you know, we all know
your brother said the same thing though.
I'll put anything on it. I know he gonna say he gonna win, but if we really gonna be realistic and we both playing serious and we go to 11, I'm gonna win the game.
Bro, you know what, Kev? I'm not knocking neither one of you. I'm not gonna get into a brotherly love competition, but he didn't make it sound like that, bro. He was like, "There's been a couple."
I'm pretty sure he went with himself. He probably said that he gonna beat me. I can't guard him. But
right.
if we're gonna be realistic,
That's you know what? That's exactly.
I know exactly what he said. We talk about it all the time. I knew he was gonna say those exact words. I knew that was gonna come out of his mouth. But if we're gonna be realistic, even you guys will probably take me in a 1-on-1.
Absolutely.
I mean, I hope Kobe's not listening to this. I don't want to hurt the kid. I mean, he's a really funny kid. I like your brother, man. So, but yeah, if I had to bet $1,000,
you're gonna take me in a 1-on-1, right?
Well, yes,
absolutely.
I mean, Kobe's listening to this like, you mother. Kobe's like, I'm never doing an interview again. Kobe,
I hope you're not listening.
Yeah.
I do hope he's listening, so we can see that everyone is taking me to win the 1-on-1.
Listen, man, if you guys play 1-on-1, man, I'm not even going to bring a camera or nothing. I just want to see the game and be like, yeah, he was right. It was a quick 11. It was a quick 11.
I'm 100% confident I'm going to win the game.
Now, Kevin, I'm going to ask you another one here because we asked your brother the same question too, and he had an interesting take. I asked him, who would he take 1-on-1 on the football field? You right now or your dad in his prime? Who would you take 1-on-1 on the football field, just playing 1-on-1? You guys have to guard each other.
Guarding each other like receiver, cornerback?
Yes. Yeah, receiver, cornerbacks. You guys switch up. You played a 4 or 5, whatever it is. Who are you taking against you or your dad?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one because in his prime, he was running some good routes. He was running some good routes in his prime. But right now, I'm too tall. I jump over him. He's too small. I would beat him.
Yo,
but
Kobe.
in his prime, it would definitely be tough to guard him though in his prime. But I'm like a Calvin Johnson. Like I'll go up and grab those if I had a good quarterback. He can't jump that high.
See there? That's what Kobe was like. Kobe was like, yo, my dad's a dog right now. My dad's a dog right now. If I took him on in his prime, he was a dog. He was an even bigger dog back then. So you took your dad, man. That's who he took.
Okay. I see what we're doing. That's crazy. He took him.
He did.
It's tough. But Kobe got to put in the fact that he can't guard me either right now.
See, and that's why we do this, man. We love brotherly love, man. And going back to your dad, man, real quick, before we let you go, I know we took so much time, but your dad was a beast as a football coach, and he demanded a lot. He demanded 110%. So it's great. I have to tell you, man, it's such a blessing to see you, your brother, and the success that you guys are having. I can't tell you how great it is to have Tampa's very own. Keep moving, keep pushing, and keep striving, man. So I want to wish you great blessings, man. I mean, me and George, it's funny. You're going to think it's weird, but we already bought Knicks jerseys with your names on them and stuff like that, man. Yeah, when you got drafted. And we're just huge sports fans from Tampa, and we always want to represent the local guys. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I appreciate that a lot, man. I'm hoping to have a great season this year. I mean, I had a lot of fun on the radio show, so I mean, I appreciate you guys a lot for having me.
Yeah, man. Anytime, man. Anytime you want to come back, anytime you dunk on somebody else, anytime that game happens with your brother, we might have to find. If I find a whisper like, yeah, yo, you know, Kobe and Kevin played the other day, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna call Kevin Knox to find out what happened.
When we play that 1-on-1, we both gotta come on the show. We gotta talk who actually won, and when he lose, he gotta come on the show. And he gotta say that.
You know what? It's done. We're gonna have to put you on a Zoom or something so we can see if he's lying or you know what I'm saying, telling stories, man.
I want to see his answer then.
Yeah. When he's got Big Brother in his face, I feel you, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys, though, man. For real.
Anytime, man. We appreciate you taking the time. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy family. And take care of yourself, man. Like I said, many blessings. Be careful, man. All right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
If you enjoyed today's podcast, hit subscribe and follow. That way you get notified about the show. You can join the debate. It gets pretty heated, and it's a lot of fun on Facebook. Search On the Clock Sports Talk on Facebook. On IG, you can find us, and Twitter by simply searching On the Clock Radio. Visit our website, otcsportstalk.com. Until next time, you're on the clock.